this week's episode of Gear Up. Here's what's in store for you today. News about the NBA All-Star Weekend. Terrell Owens makes his debut in the IFL. I give you my opinion on the Ryan Braun appeal. And I give you my top 5 freshmen in college basketball. I'm Michael Peters, and you're watching Gear Up. We'll start off with some NBA news. In the past 2 days, there have been many All-Star festivities, including the Celebrity Game, Rising Stars Game, Slam Dunk Contest, Three-Point Contest, and Skills Competition. All-Star Weekend in Orlando caps off tonight with the All-Star Game, starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. In one of the most famous All-Star Weekend festivities, Jeremy Evans of the Utah Jazz won the Slam Dunk Contest last night. Evans earned 29% of the 3 million votes cast last night. Originally, he wasn't supposed to be in the contest, but when Knicks guard Iman Shumpert got injured, he was the replacement. Evans beat out Chase Budinger from the Rockets, Paul George from the Pacers, and Derek Williams from the Timberwolves. Minnesota Timberwolves big man Kevin Love won the three-point shootout, defeating Kevin Durant in the final by 3 points, 17-14. However, Love had to survive a tiebreaker in the first round. Team New York, consisting of former Knicks superstar Allen Houston, current Knick Landry Fields, and Cappie Pondexter from the WNBA's New York Liberty, won the Shooting Stars competition last night. This victory weighed heavily on Allen Houston nailing his third attempt at a half-court shot to give Team New York a time of 37.3 seconds. In second place was Team Texas with 47.6 seconds, and Team Orlando and Atlanta were eliminated after recording the slowest times of round 1. Spurs point guard Tony Parker won the skills competition last night. Parker was the only player out of 6 competing to break 30 seconds in the first round, with a 29.2-second run. In the final run, Parker beat Celtics point guard Rajon Rondo by less than 2 seconds. Parker had 32.8 and Rondo had 34.6 seconds. Even though it was a meaningless game, Kyrie Irving shined in the Rising Stars game on Friday to help Team Chuck defeat Team Shaq. Irving scored 34 points and was a perfect 8 for 8 behind the three-point line. Knicks sensation Jeremy Lin had a mere 2 points in the game. This was the first year that the NBA integrated the rookies and sophomores, or first and second year players, together. Also, former NBA stars Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal drafted teams this year. In an even more meaningless game, the East crushed the West in the Celebrity Game, 86-54. Comedian Kevin Hart won the MVP award, but U.S. Secretary of Education Arne Duncan, who played at Harvard from 87 to 91, scored 17 points and grabbed 8 rebounds for the East. He had 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 5 steals going into the half, but East Coast Dwight Howard went easy on West Coast Kevin Durant, only playing Duncan 10 minutes in the second half. Famous ice cream brand Ben & Jerry's apologized to anyone offended by their Taste of Linsanity frozen yogurt sold at a Harvard Square location in Boston, which included fortune cookies. The company has replaced the fortune cookies with waffle cones in the Honey Swirl ice cream. Ben & Jerry's said in a statement, "We offer a heartfelt apology if anyone was offended by our handmade Linsanity flavor. Our intention was to create a flavor to honor Jeremy Lin's accomplishments and his meteoric rise in the NBA, and recognize he was a local Harvard graduate." Former NBA coach Mike Dunleavy is part of a group bidding to buy the league-owned New Orleans Hornets. The group is led by Orange County businessman Raj Bethal and includes Larry J. Benson, who is the brother of Saints owner Tom Benson, according to the New Orleans Times-Picayune. At a news conference in Orlando yesterday, NBA Commissioner David Stern said that the league is optimistic that the Hornets can be sold during the next few weeks. Now we'll move to the NCAA basketball. Last night in college basketball, there were some extremely close games between rival teams, and a few teams clinched a conference title, or at least a share of one. 5th-ranked Kansas defeated 3rd-ranked Missouri in overtime, 87-86, to win the border war. This rivalry is 105 years old and might be the last game between these two teams, since Missouri is leaving for the SEC. With the win, Kansas earned a share of the Big 12 title. 2nd-ranked Syracuse barely hung on at UConn yesterday, escaping with a win, 71-69. With this win, Syracuse won the Big East title. Fab Melo's dunk with 31 seconds left in the game proved to be the game-winning basket. Top-ranked Kentucky defeated Vanderbilt 83-74 yesterday to clinch the SEC title and most likely a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. Freshman Anthony Davis added to his Player of the Year resume with 28 points and 10 for 11 shooting. Now some MLB news. Third baseman Ryan Zimmerman and the Washington Nationals agreed to a 6-year, $100 million contract extension today, baseball sources told ESPN the magazine's Buster Olney. The contract also included a full no-trade clause. This contract makes Zimmerman the second highest paid third baseman in the league, behind the Yankees' Alex Rodriguez, and makes Zimmerman one of the 6 MLB players signed through at least 2019, even though Zimmerman has a 7th-year option that could make him a National until 2020. The Boston Red Sox banned all alcoholic beverages in the clubhouse and on the last leg of road trips, manager Bobby Valentine announced Saturday. Beer consumption in the clubhouse by starting pitchers during games in which they weren't scheduled to start became a huge controversy after a September collapse for the Red Sox last season. After being sentenced to a 50-game suspension for suspected usage of performance-enhancing drugs and appealing the decision, Ryan Braun's suspension was revoked, and he will be able to play in all of his games this season, unless there is an injury or something weird happens. Now some NFL news. The NFL Combine continues today, and Robert Griffin III is making history. He ran the 40-yard dash twice today and was unofficially clocked with a 2-run average of 4.38 seconds. If Griffin's official time is under 4.4 seconds, he will become the only quarterback besides Michael Vick to run that fast at the Combine. It's very impressive, especially since the fastest time was 4.3 seconds. Andrew Luck of Stanford ran twice and got clocked at 4.66 and 4.59 seconds. Terrell Owens continued his professional football career last night, playing for the Allen Wranglers of the Indoor Football League. The 38-year-old caught 3 passes, all touchdowns, as the Wranglers defeated the Wichita Wild 50-30. The crowd was announced at 5,711 people at the Allen Event Center, more than the Wranglers' total attendance in 2011, their first season. Owens also agreed to become co-owner of the Wranglers with John Frank.